Yeah, I can hear you fine.
We live at the Fire Nights podcast, man, and it's certain moments that you have when you do these things, and I think it's more the moment.
These guys came from Woodland, Delaware.
Where was you from?
Now,
I'm from the
who's
east
fighting right
side.
now? Who's fighting right now? Who's fighting right now? Who's Let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see him.
Listen, man, it's your boy D-Mac, man. Fire Nights Podcast.
Let me see him. Let me see him.
Yo.
Sunday morning. It's NFL time. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good, man. It's Sunday morning, man. It's already a game on, man. They
No,
started
right? I know.
over in London town.
That's like waking up Christmas morning, man. You get the early game on, you know what I mean?
Oh.
Satiate your hunger.
Always call that football for breakfast.
Football for breakfast? Absolutely.
breakfast.
Absolutely.
I said this must be how it feels, to be a football fan out on the West Coast. You waking up, 10 o'clock, like, the game's on.
Yeah, that was. You know what the funny thing was, man? That was cool as hell, man. Because I remember one year I was in Hawaii, right? And to wake up Sunday morning and it's like, crack of dawn, man, and you got football was like weird for the first time I had ever experienced that. So that's the first experience I had with that. So that's pretty cool, man, to wake up and you got football, and then you pretty much got football all day long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the lull is like around maybe like 6 o'clock when everything is done, and then you twiddling your thumbs because you're still on East Coast time, and you're like, okay, well, what now? What do I do now?
Right.
But yeah, it's cool as shit, man. It's cool as shit. It's like Thanksgiving Day, man. You eating all day long, literally, man. You getting
Right.
football all day long, bro.
Right.
All day long, literally. Yeah. So
Football
yeah,
for
man.
breakfast.
Figure we come in again, man. The usual, man. Deliver some football, you know what I mean? Deliver some preview on the games today, man. Some pretty important games, man. I think so. I personally think so. What you think?
Yes, there are a number of games, man. Every team out here still sort of kind of has a chance. Every team is fighting. There are some pivotal games we got out here. We got some teams, some important, good teams coming back off of some buys.
Yeah, man.
So everybody's out here. They still in it. We're, like I said, things have just started. So my football day has already started. So let's go.
And not only that, man, you got the trade deadline vastly approaching. So this is kind of a weekend to evaluate what you have, come out of the weekend, see what you need, and then, if necessary, make a move.
Well, as we've seen, the Eagles, a lot of times, man, they are a little progressive and preemptive to make some moves. So they already made.
Eagles don't care about a deadline. Eagles say, man, what deadline?
Right.
We try to make our team better at all times.
Exactly. That guy's available. Let's go get him. You know what I'm saying? So they made a significant trade with Robert Quinn adding on to their, significant and formidable front.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it's like they loading up to go get this thing this year, man.
And the talk is they trying to pry Alvin Kamara from the Saints. So, I mean, they literally, man, not standing pat, man. Their philosophy is, man, you can never have too much talent.
Hey, now let me ask you something. This is just something that came across my mind. And as you said, you can never have that much talent.
You can never have too much
talent. Wouldn't that kind of be, fly in the face of, these are super teams?
Well, in football, it kind of works a little different in my mind. I mean, the connotation of super teams in football has never been a thing. I think it's just a matter of mass and talent, man. Because I think you got that short turnaround as far as football goes, so you have to be on the hunt for talent on a consistent basis. I mean, you can never rest on your laurels. So the super team concept really is only a basketball sort of a connotation, because the numbers that contribute. You know, you only got maybe 11 guys, let's say at max, 10 to 11 guys on a basketball team that's going to contribute. So, the percentage of guys as opposed to guys contributing, if you got, let's say 2 to 3 superstars or whatever have you, those are considered super teams because, when we grew up, you didn't have, multiple superstars on one team. You had maybe a superstar and some guys on a tier below, but never like, it was rare when you saw, at least put it this way. In our formative years of basketball, we talking, of course you had the 80s that were kind of stacked with teams, but there was only a few teams though. You know what I mean? You had your Sixers, you had the Lakers, you had the Celtics. For the most part, those teams had multiple all-stars, but the rest of the league wasn't like that. You know what I mean? They had the most popular all-stars. And then when you get to, the late 80s and the rest of the 90s, that was pretty much a one superstar team era for the most part. And you had some significant role players or a significant ancillary player. But football, you got 50, you got over 30 guys that's going to contribute, 30, 40 guys. If you count starters and bench guys, you significant substitutes. So adding talent, man, is a premium. Plus the injury ratio in football. So absolutely, I don't consider it super teams, but you just got to amass depth and talent in football, man, because that run is so short.
Yeah, but that was just funny you say that. So I was like, me, I always detest the word or the phrase super team. I was like, I don't really believe in super teams because the whole time I'm there, I'm trying to amass the best talent that I can possibly get within the rules and the salary cap that provide. So if I can go get me a Kevin Durant on top of, my Draymond Green and my Klay Thompson and my Steph Curry, why wouldn't I do it? Oh, you amassing a super team. Do you understand as a man?
So?
What I'm saying?
So what?
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you understand we just lost to a man named LeBron James? You feel what I'm saying? So presently constituted, we got to constantly get better. And then, you stacking the deck.
That's the funny thing, though. Like, here's the funny thing, though, about that. The whole super team and the Warriors thing, I think it is lost in a lot of this is that before that run even started, they weren't a super team. They had no titles. They were a team that was drafted, and those guys developed into the players that, we see. They added Kevin Durant and then became a quote unquote super team. But then you figure Kevin Durant left and then they won a title again. So it's like, they've got 2 championships with teams that I don't consider super teams. I don't consider 2 of those championships super teams. I don't really care that Durant went over there and won that title. I don't really care. It is what it is, man, because this is the era that we're in now, the race for championships, the arms race. It is what it is, man. You have to play with what the times require, and the times require to amass as much talent as you possibly can. I don't frown upon these guys. Of course, I'm an older school guy, and I would prefer to my liking that guys did it that way, but there's more than one way to skin a cat. And I don't fault guys for doing what they do now because, it's just a different time. I'm pretty sure if those guys back in the day had the flexibility, the problem is that they didn't have the flexibility to move like that. So it wasn't even a thought to team up with another guy like that. That wasn't the thought process because the flexibility wasn't there. And then there was a different mentality. Nothing would have been wrong with it then, to be honest with you. We would have scoffed at it maybe earlier, but after a while, it is what it is. But this generation takes advantage of that. You know what I mean? They fully take advantage of that. So I don't have a problem with that. But listen, let's fuck the NBA, man. We off that. We off that. Let's get into some shit, man. Give us some music, man. Give us some football music, bro. Give us some football music appropriate to the day, baby. No, matter of fact, not that. I wanna hear some Frozen Tundra music, man. Give us some real. I want to feel it in my bones today, man. As you can see, I'm dressed accordingly. The weather's dropping. I'm in my cold weather gear. I want to feel it accordingly, bro.
All right, well, give me 1 second.
I got you, bro.
1 second, man. We talking about the Frozen Tundra. I guess,
man. I'm talking about some real football music where you feel it in your bones, man, and it's something that you sitting down, man. You got your bratwurst sandwich, man. You got a cold Michelob. You got a cold Michelob bratwurst sandwich, man. You 5 of them joints in, man. As a matter of fact, you ain't even got it in a can. You got it in a mug, a beer mug. You know what I'm saying? A beer mug, and it's frothy at the top. And you got your gear on. You're sitting in front of the TV, nobody around. You got nachos, you got bratwurst, you got all that kind of stuff, man. You ready.
My bad, man. I'm moving on the fly, man. I don't know if I can find that too fast. Maybe I can get that in a couple seconds.
Give me something, man.
I got something I can play for you, man.
Well,
get us in the mood. Get us in the mood. How we always get into the mood, like how we do, how we doing.
I need to feel the juices, man. I need to feel the juices on, man.
Saying, speaking of the frozen tundra, it's cold out in Buffalo. They got them boys from Green Bay coming through.
You said cold out in Buffalo?
Yeah, it's cold out in Buffalo. They got them boys from Green Bay coming through.
Yeah. We'll get to that, man. I want to feel the music, man. I want to feel this music, man. I want to feel it. So listen, let's get some shenanigans out of the way first. Let's get some shenanigans out of the way. So for those that don't know, man, Le'Veon Bell was just in a celebrity boxing match, man, against UFC vet Uriah Hall, man, and of course he loses a unanimous decision. But I mean, anybody that could go, 10, 12 rounds in a boxing ring from another sport, I applaud him. Good work, Le'Veon, because Le'Veon did. He beat the brakes off Adrian Peterson, right?
I think it was Adrian Peterson, man. Adrian Peterson, one of my all-time favorite running backs, man. But you might want to stick to the gridiron and not that square circle, bro.
Right. Yeah, he's 1-0, so I can't. It's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. So if you want to know, so in other news, man, Tom Brady announced his divorce, man. Do we care or do we not care? Is it relevant, not relevant?
I care. I guess I care a little bit, man, because I'm not going to lie, man. It seemed like this moved fast, man. Usually divorces, they take some time or whatever. It seemed like both parties clearly stated like, okay, well, Gisele's like, I love the family and the kids and the family life. Tom's like, cool, I love football. Where's the papers? So where's the papers? I got practice to go back to. It seems kind of weird because to me it seems kind of weird because it seemed like to me that Tom was sort of kind of recommitting himself maybe back to his family, by going to Rob Kraft's wedding, missing some football practices and things like that. But then, to turn around and say, you know what? Get a divorce. That shows me, okay, well, I'm going back to 100%, football all the time. And I'm like, I thought you was going to go back. But then, you're like, you know what? Football is my first and only love. That's what it seems like to me. I can't be mad at him, but I can't be mad at him. I can't be mad if Gisele and his kids are mad at him.
Hey, man. I think time heals all wounds. You know what I'm saying? Tom's just in a position, man, where he can't let it go, man. And I couldn't fathom, being in that position. I'm not an NFL legend. So I can imagine how it is. I used to always hear Michael Jordan speak of the next challenge. You know what I'm saying? And how, he was looking for the next challenge after he retired and nothing could quite fill that void. So maybe, that might be what Tom is going through, man, just literally finding the next challenge. So, I think that's part of the issue is that he's trying to find the next challenge.
And one thing I want to be, I want to be on Tom, I guess on Tom's side about this is I can't be mad at Gisele and his family. Like, look, man, we want you around. We want your presence. You are our father. You are the patriarch of this family. But one thing I want to let people know is you only get one chance to play this thing. Now, obviously, and to your eye, he's been playing this thing for 20 plus years, at a very high level. He doesn't seem like he's fallen off a cliff like I think others think he's done. I think, some of the human element has sneaking its way into his football life.
Absolutely.
But you only get one chance to play this. So if you can still play and play at a high level and you love it like he clearly and obviously does, play it until the wheels fall off. Play it until someone rips the helmet and the football from your hands. Play it until you can't get on the practice squad anymore. If you love it that much, which it seems like he clearly does.
Or I just don't want to see this go the wrong way where Tom ruins it. Well, I guess for me on the outside looking in, maybe me saying him ruining his life, continuing to play football. Maybe this is his life. You know what I mean? Like from his perspective, he may be like, all right, man, it hurts, but I got the game. I got the game. And I'm not saying he's wrong for that. That's his choice. You know what I mean? I just don't want to see it go that way, where it ruins his life from the standpoint of he can't walk off the field anymore. You know what I mean? Okay. That's the side that I don't want to see. I don't want to see him not be able to walk off the field. And, that's just wanting to see a guy walk away from the game clean.
Well, I hope a lot of players can walk away from the game clean. But I think that's something that he's ultimately come to grips with. Like, I may not walk off this field clean. That's why I've become so astute of getting the right reads, getting the ball out of my hand fast, downing the ball or just, living to fight another day. Because all of those things have been leading up to me trying to play as long as I can and not taking the hits and walking off the field on my own terms was right. To believe I want to play this game as long as I can because that's also on my own terms. Until I stop playing it at a level to where no team wants me, then I, you know what I'm saying? That's the love to me.
You ain't got no takers. You ain't got no takers at that point.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Not saying, well, I can't say it's almost not to that point, but he will force away. Like, look, I'll go in retirement, but I still love to play this game with some parameters to it. Now, everybody's saying, look, Tom, you have nothing to prove anymore. You can just walk away right now. I'd be like, nope, I still love it. I still love it with some flyers and qualifiers, at his highest peak. I still love it. So if I can still get it, get those circumstances and situations to be in my favor, why wouldn't I play until the wheels fall off? And it looks like that's what he's trying to do.
This was kind of like a tailor-made situation that he created for himself. He put the right circumstances together and said, you know what, I'll play here because I got X, Y, and Z in my favor, and this is favorable to me and where I am now. So, I mean, who's to say, man, that this may not even be his last stop. Who knows, man?
Right.
When it comes to Tom, I don't really know. I can't really say I have an idea when he's done, or I just don't know because you just, Tom is, at the end of the day, he's accomplished so much. So you only have to say that he's only playing the game just literally for the love and to win championships at this point because there's really nothing else to play for.
Right.
There's nothing to prove. You're of age where you could have walked away a long time ago, to be honest with you, but it's just that chase, man, that he's fully immersed in mentally and physically. Mentally, there are some probably, some other factors, as we can see, that are chipping away at his focus and concentration. But, he's nose to the grind on this thing, man. Nose to the grind, balls to the wall. Hey, man, I'm going to finish this out until I can't do it no more. So,
right.
Shout out to Tom for that determination, man, as far as that's concerned. But, hey, who knows? We'll see, man. We will see. So listen. All right, enough shenanigans, man. Let's get to these games, bro. Let's get to these games. So listen. Right. So we had we already had a game played on Thursday night. We already had that particular game with the Ravens and the Broncos. It was a big game for Lamar. Ravens prevailed 27-22. They needed that game. Bucks falter again in that particular game, man. So the good thing about that is though that division is kind of bad. So they're still in the running for that division.
And those are the type of things, when people, other teams are looking the other way, where maybe we'll start evaluating or playing some younger guys. When you got a Tom Brady on your team, you're like, nope. We can go and figure this thing out. We're going to keep, heads down. We're going to keep working. And as long as we got Tom Brady and a lot of the weapons we got, nope, we're still in it. And we're glad that we're only, a game ahead. We're glad, because it could be worse.
Absolutely. So we got this game. We got the Broncos, Jags, of course, early morning game across the water. Jaguars are up 10-7, 5:51 left in the third quarter. Do we want to talk about this game? Do we care about this game, or is it something? There's some meat and potatoes there that we need to digest and discuss. Do we care about this game?
Well, I don't know, man. I always like to see, man, how players are going to play in adversity. And Russ, he was talking about he was doing knee bends up and down. And Denver just scored. Melvin Gordon. If he ain't scoring, he's usually giving the ball to the other team. Man, I didn't mean to say that, but
well, you did.
I did. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see how Russ was going to play with and really how the whole team around him was going to respond, because that's just, sometimes it can be weird. Like, why would you say something like that? But, now they're up, I want to say 13-10, pending extra point. So,
okay,
we'll see. But it ain't much meat there. It ain't much.
Couple of interesting tidbits there. The Jaguars traded away a running back to the Jets, so Travis Etienne is getting the bulk of the carries there. Probably an opportunity for him to really, 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 really break out. He's been showing a lot of promise over the last couple of weeks. So having those extra carries, maybe 8 to 10 carries, probably do him some good. We'll see. Jaguars got to pick it up, man. If they want to make another jump, this is a game they kind of got to have, man. Broncos are right for the picking. For as putrid as the offense is playing, the defense is pretty strong. I will give them credit for that. They're not getting blown out of games. They're pretty much in games. It's just the offense just can't get anything going, man. And Russ is literally, he's not cooking.
Nah.
He's not cooking at all.
Nah, they eating cold packed park lunches. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no cooking, bro.
Yeah, he's handing out park lunches with what he's doing right now. So next game we got here, man, at 1:00, we got the Panthers at the Falcons. Panthers at 2-5, Falcons at 3-4. Panthers surprised us last week, was it? I think it was last week. Panthers surprised us with their performance.
Yes,
we got the Falcons
did.
At 3-4. Falcons at 3-4 are very much in their division. Thoughts on this game, bro? First, there's some things here. That we need to discuss, some tidbits. As far as just some statistics here, man. We got, which is interesting. Both offenses are probably bottom third of the league. Defense is pretty much the same, bottom third of the league. But with that being said, for some unknown reason, both offenses seem to run into teams that don't have great defenses. So they've been able to put up some numbers as far as, just scoring. It's weird. What's your thoughts on this game? And then who you got?
Well, the Falcons, to me, they're playing a little bit better than I thought they was going to play this year. Marcus Mariota. I mean, they've been down. Cordell Patterson's been down. So I think he's probably,
that's been big.
I think he's probably, if not for him, they probably wouldn't have any of their wins. But, other than that, their defense is playing a little bit better than I thought they should play. I think the Panthers last week, with all that was going on, I think they may have shot their load.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They beat it. After all that was going on, everybody, okay, it's just us. We're bunkering in mentality, just the guys in the room. You played against Tommy and them. Tommy and them look probably as worse as they could look all season long. I don't think you can duplicate that 2 weeks in a row against a solid Atlanta team. I don't think you can duplicate that. I actually think Atlanta kind of puts their foot on their neck.
Do some things to them?
Yeah.
What's your ultimate score? What you got? What you got in this game, man? What's your ultimate score?
Ultimately got something. Atlanta 28, Falcons, Panthers 9.
All right, so let's put some real meat and potatoes to this thing real quick, man. Let's put some meat and potatoes to this and document this down. Let me get that score once again, bro.
28-9. Oh man, where the big board at?
Panthers, Falcons. All right. So, all right, we're gonna get some.
You gonna get me back to my Dr. X days, baby. Picking
Yeah,
all
yeah,
these
yeah. We just
things.
want to keep track of this thing, man. We're gonna keep track of this thing because we all about excellence here. We're all
Yeah.
about excellence here, bro. You know, let's get this thing. Let's get this thing done right. So, okay. So, who you got? You said who you got?
Falcons over the Panthers 28-9.
Falcons 28-9.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Let's see here. Falcons at home. I got the Falcons in a big one. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Falcons as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go. I think Falcons put up 31, 31-10. 31-10. I'm gonna go 31-10.
Yeah, that
Next
sounds
game.
pretty close to what I was saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I think we both believe that the Falcons going to put up numbers today. Yeah, I think we both got the Falcons putting up numbers today. So with that being said, moving on, man. Next game we're going to the docket is the Bears against the Cowboys at 1:00 in Texas. I think we both kind of. Is it fair to say?
well,
Thoughts first. Okay, thoughts first. Let me not jump the gun.
There's no Ezekiel Elliott today.
It might be a good thing.
Tony Pollard will be the featured back who will have a lot more touches today. It seems like a whole lot more times to rush out the backfield.
Right.
Another week with Dak under center. You know what I'm saying? I really think that they kind of hit a new level today. Not saying they're going to be blowing anybody off the field because I actually think the Bears early are going to be able to stay close. And then I think a little bit later, I think Dallas pulls away. But I don't really think – I think it's a more balanced attack today. And I also think today will be a snapshot of the future of the Dallas Cowboys with CeeDee Lamb as the number one receiver, Tony Pollard as the number one back, and with Dak Prescott. Okay. I think this is what you see going forward, their future. And I really like them today. Give me 30-13. 30-13?
Mm-hmm. So I think it's interesting that we got this game because I'm gonna also pick the Cowboys. I think they're going to be under tremendous pressure to keep pace with the Eagles. So it's like every game at this point has to be a must-win game, not only to keep pace with the Eagles, but to just play better themselves with, like you said, with some of these changes, because I think some of these changes are going to be for the better of the team, because Ezekiel's having a solid year, but I think most Dallas Cowboys pundits would rather see a reversal and Pollard get those carries. Now, I could be wrong, but it seems like that's the sentiment across the board when it comes to Cowboys fans. So I'm going to go with this one. I do think that I want to see – this is a game where I think that Justin Fields can say to a lot of people, I could be a difference. This is a game where he could say I could be a difference with that escapability and mobility. I want to see what the Bears brain trust does as far as creativity against this hellacious Cowboys pass rush and defense, because you don't necessarily really want Justin Fields throwing the ball very much, because you got the very opportunistic Trayvon Diggs out there, and the balls that Justin Fields throws, you really don't want too many of those footballs going Trayvon Diggs' way. And not only that, the other cornerback, and he escapes me a bit, but he's been playing well as well. So this is a very opportunistic defense, man, in terms of, when they have the opportunity for a takeaway, man, they take it away. So with that being said, I'm gonna go Cowboys. I'm gonna go 24 because I think it's gonna be a lot of ball control, a lot of short passes, a lot of running the ball to the tight ends. They'll take their shots for the most part, but I'm gonna go 24-10 on this one. 24-10 Cowboys.
I actually think there's going to be a defensive. It's going to be a defensive touchdown on Dallas's side. So that's where I think it's going to be able to, keep the ball on the ground. So I think Tony Pollard's probably going to have at least 100 yards on the ground, and at least a tutty or two. Yeah, so I think
He's gonna have a strong Bino on the ground.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a strong Bino on the ground and at least a tutty or two. I think he's going to be significant, but I think they found a formula what to do. With Dallas is running the ball a little bit more, and not throwing it when Cooper Rush was out there. So
right, absolutely. So let's see here. Next game we got on the docket. Dolphins Lions. Thoughts?
The Lions
in Detroit.
I'm not sure the home field advantage is going to mean much today, man. The Lions, proverbially around this time of year, this is around the time of year we start arguing why are the Lions always on everybody's Thanksgiving schedule because they suck so bad. And they're
an entertaining Lions team, though.
They're
entertaining Lions team
in the Thanksgiving form. You know what I'm saying? So I think Tua has another week under his belt. I think they're indoors. I don't think the Lions put up much of any defense to anyone. So I think today pretty easily again. I think the Miami Dolphins, it might even turn into a real track meet out there. I think the confines and the situation is adding up. They're inside. It's on some turf.
Well, you got two offenses that with the Dolphins is in the top third of the league, and the Lions is in the middle third of the league. So I mean, I agree with that sentiment. You could get a track meet. I think you very well could get a track meet because we may have been off by 1 week with the Dolphins because I think last week we both thought that they would light the rocket fuel and get it going. Mm-hmm. So of note, I do want to see if Amon-Ra Brown is playing. I think that he may not be playing this week. Let me check that real quick. Give me 1 second.
He's one of their best players, and he's a difference maker. So, and he's one of the people.
So he's cleared. So he's cleared the concussion protocol. So he will be active today.
Okay.
He will be active.
He's
definitely active.
Big difference maker for the Detroit Lions, man. I can't even name anybody have on defense. Not no disrespect, but there's nobody on that side of the ball worth naming except.
But they got Aaron Hutchinson. He's a bright young star. Right, young star on a defensive front. So they got a couple guys. And of course, you drafting that high, man. You got a lot of products. All of their stars are pretty much on offense, man. With Hockenson and Swift,
who I just saw.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Just saw right now. DeAndre Swift is going to play today. He's back. He was inactive in the last game. So
well, buckle up, man. We might have a track meet today. What's your prediction? What's your score? Who you got?
Well, I have no faith in Detroit Lions defense. I'm not sure why they don't like tackling or covering routes up there.
So a fast track, bro. This thing is on a fast track.
It's going to be at least 30-something points scored by the Dolphins. You know what? I think this might be the week it turns into a barn burner.
Take the over?
Yeah, take the over. I'm going 41-35 Dolphins.
Wow. With the Fins?
Yeah.
What was that score again? 41?
41-35. Because I actually think, man, once the Dolphins get up, it's going to be some easy yards in there to pick up, Detroit, which I think they're the best at picking up those yards once they're 14, 17, points down. Oh, yeah, we're going to eat the field up. And, I think they're the best at that. So I think it might turn into a track meet, which they can't ultimately win.
I'm going to pick a now, Miami's sitting at 4-3. Obviously, need this game. Detroit literally at 1-5 with playing with house money for the most part. Man, they have nothing to lose. I'm gonna go here with. I'm gonna be decisive on this one, man. 38-28 Lions. I'm gonna go Lions. 38-28. Yeah, I'm gonna go Lions. 38-28.
Going Lions on this one. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Lions on this one, bro.
I
Now the
just
next game we got your preseason pick for the NFC Central Division champs versus the Cardinals and one of your favorite players in Minnesota. So we got a fast track here.
I don't think this one is going to turn out like a lot of people think. It's a fast track, but I think both of these teams are a little bit better than what a lot of people are giving them credit for. Now, that's just
Minnesota's 5-1. Minnesota's 5-1, so they're holding true to form. You picked it first. I agreed with it. So they kind of I mean, they're holding steady at what we expected, 5-1.
But it seems like we're in the minority in giving the team their just due. I mean, 5-1 ain't it's nothing to sneeze at, especially when they've beaten some of the teams they beat and they only lost to the undefeated Eagles. So I'm like, they're like, just like I don't even really think that people are giving the Eagles their due, but that's another thing. But back to Minnesota and Arizona, I think both of those teams are sort of kind of starting to round into who they should really be now. D-Hop just came back for Arizona, and it seems like he made a huge difference in their whole team. So I actually think that this game is going to be a lot closer than what people think.
Okay.
Whew.
Where you going?
I love D-Hop, and my favorite football player, I love to watch Kyler Murray run around, and he can throw a fastball with the best of them. But I really think with a healthy Justin Jefferson, a healthy Dalvin Cook, the veteran Adam Thielen, I think those guys get it done on offense. Right. I think those guys get it done on offense because I think the Cardinals' defense hasn't played up to par like it should. So I want to go Minnesota 24, Arizona 21.
I like that pick. I like that pick. I'm gonna go chalk with you. 24-21. I like that pick. I got no problem with that.
Yeah, but I think it's gonna be close.
Yeah, I got no problem with that. I'm cool with that. I'm on board with that. Next game we have the Raiders at 2-4 at New Orleans, sitting at 2-5. Whew.
Two underwhelming teams, and it just as good
as
New
Orleans is really underwhelming to you. Are they really underwhelming?
Well, just as good as I looked on the Minnesota pick, I looked just as bad with the Raiders pick. You know what I'm saying? So Dr. X is 500 on that right now. You know what I'm saying? So the Raiders have underwhelmed, and like I said, I think they've lost more games than teams have beat them. So with these type of
without
teams,
question,
yeah, so
without question.
But the Saints are definitely a team that I thought I'm like, I think their situation was a little bit more understated. I was like, nah, I'm not the strongest believer in Jameis Winston. I wasn't.
Jameis Winston ain't even playing. I think the Red Raider is at the helm.
Oh, the Red Rifle.
Yeah, that guy.
The Red Rifle, but
he's at the helm right now.
Yeah, so I wasn't very high on New Orleans, but it seemed like a lot of people was. I wasn't very high on them. So these are two teams that I both look at like, y'all both haven't given it up, but I'm going to go with my pick, the Las Vegas Raiders, to at least think y'all had a little bit more in you than the Saints from the start. Start rounding in the shape, please.
I'm gonna go with the Saints, man. What you got? You said the Raiders. You got the Raiders. Yeah. What's your score pick? Give me a pick.
I got the Raiders. Now with these two teams, man, it could be funny, man. It could be like a 9-6 game, or it could be like a 43-42 game. It could be funny, man.
It could be all across the board with these two teams, right? It could be lopsided one way or the other.
I don't know which team is going to show up for either team, So
well, you got to pick something. You got to pick one.
Give me 30-25 Raiders. Yeah, 30-25 Raiders. Something, yeah. Just something weird like that.
I'm gonna go with the Saints, man. 27-24, man. Yeah, 27-24 New Orleans. I'm gonna go that way, man. Yeah. I'm gonna 27-24. 27-24. I'm comfortable with that. Next game, man, we have the New England Patriots at 3-4 at the surprising Jets at 5-2. Who you got in that game and your thoughts?
Well, I've seen Bill Belichick this week is going back with Mac Jones. I heard a lot of people, I'm not going to say there's a quarterback controversy, but I heard a lot of people make a lot of arguments for Bailey Zappi to be playing. Which I wouldn't be mad at because I haven't seen too much from either player that would really distinguish either player from either.
He's going quarterback by committee.
Yeah, exactly. You already going coach by committee. You might as well go quarterback by committee.
He's going QB by committee. I've never seen that.
Everything's by committee in New England. We don't have an offensive coordinator. We just Matt Patricia, you might call a play. Joe Judge, you might call a play. Who knows? So. But they are going back to Mac Jones. But they underwhelming with me, even on the defensive side of the ball. So with that being said, I'm going to Jets. Because momentum is real. They haven't been playing losing football. And that's something I'm very big on, is not beating yourself. You can go out and not look great, but you can go out and definitely play winning and not losing football. And I think the Jets have been playing that lately. They've got another weapon, like you said. The Jaguars traded James Robinson away. I liked him with the Jags, so I definitely think him and Mike Davis. There will be a formidable tandem again in New York. With the Jets winning today, give me 28-17.
28-17.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with the Jets too, man. I just think, man, the Jets playing football the right way. I think this might even be laughable. You know what I mean? I really think that the Jets could make a statement today. This might be laughable, man. I'm gonna go. And I really, really, really like the Jets defense, man. My guy Sauce is out there, man. Quentin Williams is playing some great football. I just like what they're doing on defense, man. And Robert Saleh's got them boys balling. I'm gonna go 31. I give the Pats maybe 10 points, man. I think that'd be a laugher, to be honest with you. That's
I really think Bill Belichick's shine is starting to wear off, bro.
Hey, Bill, man, you ain't got to sit there for this BS, bro.
Cut bait.
Hey, man, listen. Hey, man, my philosophy, man. What's the old Kenny Rogers song?
You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. Yo,
yes, sir.
I gotta get that audio for when you telling jokers it's time to get out of there. Gotta get you.
Time to get out of there, man. It's time to get out of there. Look, man. Listen. It's time to get out of there, man. You don't owe New England anything else, bro. At this point, the only thing you're hurting is your L column. You don't owe them anything else, bro.
Nah.
Start looking at the door. Hey, listen, man. Start looking at the second phase of your life, man. Go up into upper management, man.
I don't know if he served himself well, to the upper management people, man.
Hey, man, go cut the grass then. Go cut the grass, man. Be a regular guy, man. Be a regular guy.
By all accounts, he's a prickly individual. By all accounts, he's a prickly individual, and he has.
I'm sorry, what? He's a what?
He's a prickly individual, and he hasn't shown himself to be open to being the best talent evaluator. So I don't know what you're going to do in the front office. I don't know.
He's a prickly individual.
Prickly, from what I've heard. From what I've heard.
Oh man, that is hilarious, bro. All right, man. Moving on, man. In one of the games, I'm sure everybody will probably be watching, especially in this area, man. We got the Pittsburgh Cold Steelers coming to Philadelphia to battle the Philadelphia Eagles. Pittsburgh sitting at 2-5, Philadelphia at 6-0. Where are we at with this game?
I actually think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to come out and give good effort. You know, they're a scrappy team, so to speak. They have some young weapons. The offensive line is porous, man. It's so leaky, man. You know, it's like you can't patch anything. So, you know me, I'm a strong believer in lines. You know, especially the offensive line. You have a solid to good offensive line, I mean, you could do some things with some minimal talent at skill positions, which they sort of kind of have around the outside in that skill position. They just don't have the line to give anybody any time. So I'm looking at the Eagles, who've been playing winning football all season long, not giving the ball
Was that
up.
word again? Winning football.
Winning football, not giving the ball up, turning people over at the highest rate in the league.
Oh God, I think they might be like a plus like 13, man. That's insane.
Yeah,
they like plus 12 or plus 13. You can't get no better than that. Some teams in the year are plus 12. They're only in week 8, man, and they're plus 12. That's phenomenal, bro.
Yeah, man. It's already something, you know, formidable to be looked at. So I think coming off the bye, the Eagles may start just a tad bit slow. But I think after a while, man, when they round into football, Eagles football that I've seen all year long, it's not very much.
Hold on, let me interrupt you. I think you got it. I think Chauncey trying to pop on, so send him a joint real quick.
Oh, okay.
I think he's trying to pop on.
Or we could maybe get some commentary on them boys.
Give me a quick second here. Hold on.
We could maybe get some quick commentary on them boys, you know? Yeah, so I really think the Eagles, man, like I said, they may even start off slow, but it won't even be like, I don't think it'll be in doubt. I think the game, they might start off slow and then they'll just round into something like, this is the Eagles that everybody's been seeing. You know, so
once they get traction, man, it's kind of like with them, I've seen this year, man. It's like once they get traction, man, it kind of like snowballs, man. And it's a difficult team to stop once they get traction, man.
Yeah, you know, so I actually think it'd be something like 33-13, but they'll probably score like 20 points in the second half. And if the Pittsburgh Steelers can get to 13, they'll all be scored in probably the first quarter.
Okay. So they got to strike first and they got to strike first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But, you know, who knows, man? Who knows? But I really don't see.
I'm going to go Eagles, man. We'll go chalk on this one. I'm going to go Eagles 28-10. I think that they win this comfortably, man. I think they put this away kind of early. Coming off a bye week, man, I think they look strong, and I think they get them the fuck out of here early, man. I think they get them out of here early, bro.
Oh, man. And now we have our brother, man. I'm not sure if he's in Dallas. I'm not sure if he's in you know, wherever they're at. But we got our guy, our brother from another motherfucker, me motherfucking Matt.
I'm around.
You're around, bro? You're around?
I'm around, man. Yeah.
I can dig it. You around? Okay.
We around. Right. Yeah.
You around?
I'm talking about what's good.
I can dig it. Listen, man, we going over some NFL action here, man. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We just trying to get some game action going on, man. Some insight, some predictions, man. To fill the early morning Fire Nice fans with some football. So right now, man, we have gotten through half of the slate. We arrive at the Texans and the Titans, man. Right now, we got the Titans at 4-2 at the Houston Texans, who are sitting at 1-4-1.
Man, that's terrible.
This could be short and sweet.
Terrible.
What's your thoughts, bro? Since you give us your thoughts on this game, man. First,
I mean, I don't really see it being a contest. I mean, not that the Titans are great. I've seen them play a couple times. They 4-2, but they're not great.
You got Titans.
Titans.
Any insight on this thing here, man?
Straight Titans. That's all I can say. Titans.
Right. What's your score? Give me a score prediction.
All right, let's go with 27-10.
27-10 Titans?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fresh, who you got, bro?
I got the Titans, man. I haven't seen enough from anybody in that division to actually put up, you know, any type of fight. You know, King Henry seemed like he's rounding into shape. it seemed like that's all that's needed to really do any damage in that motherfucking division. I got Titans 30-10.
30-10, Titans 30-10.
Yeah.
Let me mark it down in the books, man. So it's interesting, man, because this particular division, with what's going on right now, I think the Titans could basically make a big step here. With their record right now sitting at 4-2, they could kind of take take control of this division, man. I got the Titans, man. I got a feeling this is one of them weird games, man, where Houston plays one of those games that they play well. But I think the Titans, man, because it's interesting that Malik Willis is going to start this game. That's the only reason why I'm scared to pick the Titans. I'm scared of that. I don't know. But on the other hand, you could have Malik Willis come out and it be, oh, man, this is what they've been missing all along. That kind of thing. I don't know. I'm gonna go Titans as well, man. I'm gonna go chalk. And I'm gonna say there's gonna be some growing pains. So I'm gonna say something like 20-10. I'm gonna go 20-10 on that game. Titans 20-10. I think it's gonna be some growing pains in that game because of the new quarterback. Best of luck to the young Malik Willis, man, and see what happens in this game. Next on the docket, man, we got the Washington Commanders at 3-4, winners of 2 straight. At the Indianapolis Colts sitting at 3-1.
Ew.
I like the Commanders, man.
And why do you like them? Tell me why you like them. What's the deal?
And he dipped right out on us on that one.
Maybe he shouldn't have liked them.
Oh, you like us, Clip? You know? No, but
look, we don't want you to like us, man. Get him out of here. Get him the fuck out of here.
It's funny you say that, though, man. As I was going through, you know, all the picks and everything like that, I was like, you know what? I think I may like the Commanders as well.
Oh man, you ready to drop out?
I think I might like the Commanders as well. So I'm like, yeah, you know, be mad. I think I'm jumping on your back. I think I might like the Commanders as well. Let them know, bro.
Yeah. The world didn't like you, man. Kicked you off the broadcast when you picked.
I see. Goddamn. I thought that was a pretty solid pick. That motherfucker said, "Nah, fuck that. You out of here."
Yeah, get him out of here. Rethink that shit.
Is real. I'm still going with Commanders though, man. Like,
what's your score? Give me a score prediction and why.
I'm gonna go with I don't see it being a high scoring game. I'm gonna go with 24-7. And
that's high score. That's high scoring for us.
Okay. I like Heineke, man. I really like Heineke.
And of note, man, something interesting too. Indianapolis is benching Matt Ryan, man, and going with Matt. Him.
Yeah, I don't know if that even matters.
I don't know. I can't pronounce his last name.
Yeah, I don't matter.
Damn, Ellinger.
There we go.
Ellinger?
That's my man. See, that's why we love you, man. Somebody gonna know it.
Matt Ryan sucks and should have been retired a few years ago. Not sure why they thought he was the answer.
You gotta know when to hold up.
Not sure.
Know when to fold up.
That move kind of reminds me of the Commanders thinking that Carson Wentz was the guy. Like, to me, those moves are in the same ballpark. Like, both was huge failures, and both, in my opinion, should never happen if you look at the last few years of their production or lack thereof. But I think the Colts are just not a good team. They're in disarray. They're all over the place. And the Commanders gonna knock them down with Heineke and McLovin, man.
That could be said. That could be said for both teams, depending on how you look at it. But Fresh, who you got? You got the commies, and what's the score?
I got the commies. Damn.
Yeah, commies, whatever you want to call us.
That's crazy.
Whatever you want to call us.
I take the Cobra Commandos. Something fairly low scoring, man. 17. Something weird like 11.
Oh,
Commanders.
That's weird.
It's gonna be a sack in there.
It might, you know what I'm saying? It might be a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, a field goal. Something weird like that.
I'm gonna go against the grain here, man. I'm gonna pick us, man. I'm gonna go ahead and pick us. I'm gonna go. All right, let me see here. What do I want to do here, man? I want to go. I want to be judicious here. I'm gonna go with the commies. We're gonna go. I think we put up 24. I think we put up 24. The defense has been playing well. The team itself believes in Heineke. Even though, there are limitations to his game, but I just think we get some weapons back today. Dotson comes back today. De'Ami Brown, I think, is back today. The running game is starting to churn up a little bit. We're going with the the back by committee thing. And the defense, I think, is going to be the difference here. I think we really stifle the Colts in this particular game. I'm going to go 24-10. 24-10 commies, man. 24-10 commies.
Man, that's
next game on the docket.
That's a weird nickname for you guys, man.
Hey, man, it's going to be something different every week, man.
The commies. Okay.
I mean, the Commanders is weird name also, so I don't know if the commies is far off, but moving on.
I call it like the Commandos, you know what I'm saying? The Commandos,
commies, whatever, man. It is what it is, man. I'm cool with it. It is what it is. All day repping, man. You know what I mean? That's what I do.
True.
So listen, next game on the docket, man, we got San Francisco 49ers sitting at 3-4 versus the Los Angeles Rams sitting at 3-3. Now, of note, before you get your predictions in, let's look at that division here. Now, we got the Seattle Seahawks at 4-3, the Rams at 3-3, the Niners at 3-4, the Cardinals at 3-4. Very, very tight division where this divisional game could mean something, especially for Seattle. Seattle can take a 2-game lead in this particular one right here. Thoughts? Fresco, let's go. Who you got and why?
The Rams have been a very up and down team this year. I can't really put my finger on what it is. I'm not sure if they don't have the weapons. They still got a lot of the same pieces that was there. Some significant pieces have gone. They just, to me, it's hard for them to overcome, just to match what they did last year. And up in Seattle, man, San Francisco, it seems like they got a lot of the same stuff going on. I really can't call this one.
Where are they playing this one at? You got to call it.
Where are they playing this one at?
This one is in SoFi.
The Rams haven't been able to beat San Francisco in a while. Give me the Niners.
Okay. What's the score?
Give me the Niners 27-17.
27-17. I'm going to go here. I think the Niners got to have this game. I think the Niners tune up on the Rams, man. Rams is just Super Bowl hangover, man. Unfortunately, I think here, man. Losing Odell Beckham was big. They don't have a complimentary receiver on the other side of a Cooper Kupp. Teams have figured out Matt Stafford, man. Get on top of the Rams early. They don't seem to have that it factor anymore, man. That ability to make runs late in games, man, like they did last year. The hunger just doesn't seem to be there for the Rams. Definitely a Super Bowl hangover. I'm going to go Niners, and I'm going to go with a filthy 21-14 victory over the Rams. Who you got, B. Matt?
I got Niners 24-13.
Niners 24-13.
Yeah.
Any
like
reason why?
Yeah, absolutely. The Rams are terrible, man. Like they miss Von Miller. I think that is very understated.
Yeah, that's big.
They miss Von Miller a lot. Like you said, they miss ODB, right? Odell. And then, like you said also, motherfuckers figured out that if you put Stafford on his back pocket, he fucks up after that. Like he gets shell shocked. Like most quarterbacks, put him on his back pocket enough, he's shell shocked. They ain't got nobody out there with Cooper Kupp. Also, like you stated, the boy they paid all that money to, Robinson, I think it is from Chi-Town. He's trash.
Man,
he's garbage, recycled. He's Nash. He's not the one. He's not the guy they thought he was. And I love the move the Niners made when they picked up McCaffrey. Even though they're without Debo this week, I love McCaffrey. That was a great move. They needed that to help out Garoppolo. So I don't think it's a question. I think they're going to dominate. They're only going to win 24-13, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to look like a dominant game.
Okay. So next game on the docket. Interesting game, man. This is an interesting game here. One that I think that deserving of, you know, a TV slot. We got the Giants, man, at 6-1 at Seattle, sitting at 4-3. Fresco, your thoughts on this game? Who you got and why?
The Giants, man, I mean, people can say they're not real and never, you know, all that if they like, but they are what their record says they are. You know, you can't take those 6 wins away from them. You can call them whatever you want, but they play NFL teams when they play these people.
What do we call it, though? What do we call it? What do we call it? What they doing? Winning football.
Winning. They're playing winning football. With that being said, I think the Seattle Seahawks have been doing just as good a job out in Seattle.
Can we get a shout out? Can we get a shout out to Geno, though, man?
Yo,
I a big shout out to Geno.
Not only am I going to give a shout out to Geno, I'm picking the fighting Geno Smiths. I'm picking the fighting Geno Smiths. I'm picking them 28-24.
28-24.
28-24.
Interesting. I'm gonna say this, man, and I'm gonna give it to you, B, man. I'm gonna be short with this one. I'm torn with this one, man, because they're both playing winning football. I think that this is the game that the Giants stumble, and I think they look bad doing it. I think I got the Hawks in this one. I think they turn up on the Giants, and I think they turn up on the Giants in a big way, man. That running game is churning up the field. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks, man. Maybe 35-13. Who you got, B-Mac?
First, I want to say that the Denver Broncos are terrible. Russell Wilson is terrible. But anyway,
we can put that on a loop, though. We can put that on a loop.
Yeah, pretty much. But I'm with you. It's funny you say that. You said what you said because I think the Giants are a better team. You know, a lot of people aren't giving them credit, but I think Saquon is back. I've always liked Daniel Jones. He's a very good athlete. He's not a great quarterback, but he's a very good athlete, and he makes it work.
You don't hear that.
Is it mirror? Does he lead the league in like big runs with stumbles at the end? That like I don't understand it. Every time he busts one, man, it's like his feet says, man, like he reminds me of like that cartoon.
That was something you don't hear every day, man. I always like Daniel Jones.
Yeah, that's a sound bite.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, wow.
And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Cowboys fan and he always loses to us. You know what I'm saying? I've always liked his athleticism. Like he knows how to make a play. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's with his feet, whether it's with whatever. He knows how to make a play. But with all that being said, to Coach's point, I think this is the week they stumble. At some point, they got to lose. I think this is the week where they lose. I just think that Seattle outmuscles them, and I think they lose a close one. I'll say 28-24.
28-24.
Yeah.
I just think that this is the week because the Giants have been playing in very tough games, and I think all of their games have pretty much come down to the last 2 minutes, and they've been in control of the game, not from the standpoint of dominating teams, but I think they've made each game their style of game. And I think now they run into a team that's playing very well. I think, like I said, man, I think the Seahawks turn up on them in this one, man, and they get hot, man, and they do some things to them boys, man. This next game, man, is an interesting game.
Hold on, what was your score for that game?
Oh, my score, I had Seahawks 35-13. I think they turn up on them.
Okay, got you.
I think they turn up on them, man, in that game at 4 o'clock. Was that 4 o'clock today? Yeah, 4:25. I think they turn up on them in front of everybody, man. They do dirt. They do them dirty. I think so, man. I think they do them dirty. This next game here, man, it's an interesting game. The Green Bay Packers at 3-4 against the Buffalo Bills at 5-1. Let's not stand on ceremony here. I'm gonna let you know straight up. I got the Bills in a mollywop. This won't be pretty. I got the Bills 41-17. Maybe not even 7. 41-14. This ain't gonna be pretty.
Yeah, you got Yeah, you got them beating shit down their leg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like 41-14. Not pretty, man. I just don't think this is going to be a game at all. This is a fantasy football game for all you guys that have Josh Allen. This is a fantasy football treat for you. I
You
think.
think he goes off
Oh
tonight?
man, fuck. I think he. Oh man, I think he does god awful things to them boys, man.
35-17.
What you got? What you got? What you got?
Buffalo 35-17.
35-17. Fresco.
I got Buffalo 28, Packers 10. Yeah, I really don't think the Pack offense shows up at all.
True.
And I don't think it's helped either by a lot of the shit that Aaron Rodgers has been saying about guys not playing well, and if you're not playing well, you need to sit down. And
I mean,
hey man, you might be one of them motherfuckers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're talking about yourself.
You might be one of them dudes that need to sit down, bro. Like to keep it 100, you might be one of them guys, man. They just don't have enough, man. I'm sorry, man. There's nothing on the outside. There's nothing really. Aaron Jones is doing everything he can, man. There's only so much that a running back's going to be able to do. They going into Buffalo, man, and my God, Bills Mafia going. Oh my God,
They're
woo!
gonna run through them.
Oh Lord, this ain't gonna be pretty, man. This ain't gonna be for this. And the crazy thing is that the Bills need this game to keep pace with the Jets. How crazy is that?
Which is hilarious in itself.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
Like you got to keep the Jets off you, man. I mean, the
Jets off, yeah.
Jets, you know what I'm saying?
Jets, dog. That's weird.
That's
You gotta keep
crazy.
them off you, man.
That's crazy. So the next game, man, we got here, man, the last game on the docket, man. And mind you, hold on, just to go back, this is another reason why I think this is going to be an ass kicking. That shit's tonight, the primetime game, 8:20. Hang on, man. Man, they serving up meatballs, man. This ain't gonna be pretty, man. This ain't gonna be pretty. Last game on the docket, man, the Monday night game. We got Cincinnati versus Cleveland. Cincinnati at 4-3, Cleveland at 2-5. In Paul Brown. Fresh, who you got?
The Cincinnati, the Bengals, I think they're rounding into shape. Jamar Chase isn't playing, but I think T. Higgins
That's hurting me.
and Tyler Boyd are going to overcome. I haven't seen enough from Cleveland this year to give me confidence. And really, as long as Jacoby Brissett is out there throwing the ball, I think they're playing losing football. So give me Cincinnati 31-23.
I'm gonna go Bengals, man. Bengals turning up right now. They are, even though it's killing me because I got Jamar Chase as far as fantasy goes. I think having T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd, they'll fill those roles. They've got enough complementary pieces. Joe Burrow is on fire right now. I got the Bengals going away, man. Well, no. It is a division game, so I'm gonna be a little tighter with this one. I got the Bengals 30 to 21. Bengals 30-21. Who you got, bro?
Ow. I'm lone wolfing it, bro.
Oh.
Wolfing it?
Wolfing it.
Uh-oh.
I'm going with Cleveland. Cleveland, I just got a feeling.
Okay.
Cleveland's going to knock them down. 28-14. I think missing Jamar Chase is going to be huge.
Okay.
And we've all seen that the O-line of the Bengals is not good. And I think that number 95 guy is going to have fun.
What's your score again? What's your score prediction?
28-14, my brother.
28-14. Got it in the books.
Amari Cooper has 2 touchdowns.
Oh, shit.
And Miles has 2 sacks.
Ooh.
So listen, let's go back to some earlier games. Let's go back to some earlier games for you, bro, because you missed the earlier games.
Yeah.
So I'm going to run this down real quick to get your picks. All right. We got Carolina Panthers 2-5 at the 3-4 Atlanta Falcons.
Can they both lose? Or is that not possible?
Yeah, they can. Yes, that is possible.
Lord have mercy. I'm going to go with ATL. 24-21.
24-21? All right. Next game on the docket, we got the Cowboys and Bears.
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys, and I'm gonna say 21-10. 24-10.
24-10. Let me see
Yep.
here. Did that score match anybody else? Okay, so we thought the same thing because I got the Cowboys 24-10. Fresh thinks y'all gonna turn up on them 30-13.
No, we don't score that many points, brother. I'm sorry to tell you.
Well.
I said
He did mention he saw a couple defensive touchdowns in like some short field situations because of some turnovers.
That makes sense. Okay.
I see. I do. That's what I see in there somewhere.
Because this is what I said. I said Justin Fields can either have a breakout game, not to say they're going to win, but he could affect this game in two ways. He can affect this game with his legs to get away from that Cowboys pass rush, or because of the fact that I don't think any fucking body is going to be able to get open on the outside. They're not going to have anybody open. Komet's not going to be able to get open. He's going to be in a lot of situations, man, where the pocket is collapsing. There's a lot of shit happening around him, a lot of opportunity for strip sacks and shit like that, man, that I think he could play a factor either way in this game. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be in a bad way, but I wouldn't be shocked if he has a very good game and they still lose. But I think it's going to go the other way where, it's a couple of turnovers, a couple of strip sacks, you know what I mean? A couple interceptions by the linebackers because of the pass rushers, things like that. So we had the same score, 24-10. Next game was the Dolphins.
Hold on. I agree with you, Fresh. I agree it could be a little higher because I think our defense is going to fuck that young boy up. And I also see Kevontae Turpin getting a touchdown today on special teams. But go ahead.
So you changing your score? You want to change your score?
No. My score is the same. Our offense stinks. So my score is the same. Yeah.
So the next game we got is Miami at 4-3 at Detroit at 1-5. Miami at 4-3 at Detroit at 1-5. Miami? Yeah. Any reason why? And what's your score?
Well, Detroit stinks. Golf stinks. So yeah, that's my reason why. The score is I'm gonna go with 35-10. I think the Dolphins turn up today. 35-10 Dolphins.
Next score we got Arizona at 3-4 at Minnesota at 5-1.
I'm gonna go with Minnesota. Excuse me. I'm gonna go with Minnesota. I think Arizona is, even though they're 3-4, I think they're one of the worst teams in the league. I think Kyler Murray is terrible. He's severely overpaid.
Hey,
guy. Even with DeAndre Hopkins back.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that shit. So they lose.
I don't give a fuck. So what?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. So what?
I don't give a fuck. So what?
They lose. Let's go 24-10. That's a pretty popular score of mine today for some reason.
See, yeah, you got a couple games. Next game we got Las Vegas Raiders sitting at 2-4 against the New Orleans Saints at 2-5. It's in New Orleans.
That shit gonna be a tie, man. I say they both stink. It's gonna be a fucking tie. No bullshit.
Is that your prediction?
No, I'm dead ass. That's my prediction. That shit ends in a fucking tie, dog.
Okay.
Just for shits and giggles, what's the tie score?
The tie score is gonna be 17-17.
Terrible.
The amount of disgust that man had with that.
Word. Both those motherfuckers.
That's terrible.
Like, fuck both of those teams, dog.
So the next game, man, New England Patriots at 3-4 versus the New York Jets in MetLife at 5-2.
Jets, man.
Okay, that sweep across the board. What's your score prediction?
31-20.
31-20. Okay.
Yep.
I think we all agreed that the Jets was going to. I think the lowest score was Fresh. Fresh had them only putting up 28. I got them 31-10. I got them doing them. I got them doing the Pats dirty.
Yeah, fact.
And the last game, man, that we want you to get his pick on, man, and why is the Pittsburgh Steelers at 2-5 visit the Link against the Philadelphia Eagles at 6-0.
The Pigeons going to step on them niggas, dog. The Pigeons
going to do them dirty.
they're gonna fly over and poop on their heads, man. Because
Mm.
Steelers just, I mean, the quarterback for the Steelers, I think he's much better than that Trubisky guy. So I think that was an upgrade. Not that says much. I think I might be an upgrade over Trubisky on a
I like Kenny
on
Pickett
a
though.
certain
I
on a
like Kenny
certain day.
Pickett.
Yeah,
I
that's
do
what I'm
like
saying.
Kenny Pickett. I
like
think down the
him.
road he's going to be very good for them.
I like him. I'm just saying that upgrade from Trubisky is not really saying much, but
Yeah.
I like Pickett.
Just the
and I
quarterback
think
switch is the upgrade.
Yeah, exactly. I think
That goes along with the sentiment earlier about what the hell did they see that the C's and who else was it saw in the court and the coach picked up. Like, what did you see in Mitchell Trubisky that you thought?
Exactly. Nothing. It couldn't have been. But I think that Kenny Pickett is going to have a okay game, but I think the Eagles secondary, man, is going to be too much for him, man. I don't see the
they'll
receivers.
throw some things at him. They're going to throw some things at him.
I don't see the receivers having a great day, and I just think that the Pigeons are going to step on them niggas. They're going to beat them like I say 35-7.
So no trap game here.
No, hell no.
No trap game.
No,
all right.
Absolutely.
Okay. So no trap game on this one, man. We got a clean sweep on the Eagles. So there goes the predictions, man. So as far as the fellas' thoughts, man, game of the day in your eyes. What game do you have your eye on today? And you think that that's going to be the game of the day? Or what do you think is the most significant game?
Well, me, I like to see how teams play in adversity and stuff like that. I want to see how Aaron Rodgers plays after all this stuff he didn't talk, going into Buffalo, prime time, with guys out. Hey, man, are you Aaron Rodgers? Are you an all-time guy? Are you a guy that should be calling out these people like you calling them out? Or are you just the guy these days? I want to see, because on the other side of the ball, you got a guy that's coming up. He's past you for these days. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely better than you now. And Josh Allen is going for everything that you once owned. What you going to do, Aaron Rodgers?
Wow.
I'm going to tell you what he's going to do. It's not going to be pretty, man. He may throw 3 picks today, man, and sit down early, and they're going to put the kid love in. I think it's going to be that bad today, man, because you just like they don't have enough, bro. He's going to be running for his life today, man. He's going to be running for his life today against the Bills, man. This is a game that I think the Bills, if you want to be somebody, dog walk Aaron Rodgers and get him off the field, man. If you want to be somebody and you want to continue to show that, hey, listen, this is a foregone conclusion that you and the Chiefs are going to see each other in the AFC Championship, you dog walk them this game.
That's fair.
Very.
Game of the day, B Matt, man, you got your eye on. What's a game today that you feel like is the game of the day, or just an interesting game?
I'm gonna say us, and I'm gonna say that because there's a lot of talk about Dak last week, first game back. He is not warmed up, blah blah blah. My feelings have never been a secret about Dak. Don't like him, not a fan. And I just want to know what they're going to say after this game. Is he going to play better? I think he's plateaued in his career. I don't know that he can get any better, to be honest. Like, I just don't. I will say, if he sticks to what we did with Cooper Rush, where he just doesn't turn the ball over and let the defense do their thing and the running game do their thing, I think we'll be all right. But I don't think he's okay with that. I think he likes to be this pocket passer, which I don't think is really his thing. Like, you know what I mean? So I want to see how he's going to act. I want to see if he's going to, look sharper, whatever the case may be.
So let me answer the question.
Is on him. Sure.
So let me answer the question. Is the absence, well, give me a percentage of how much you think this has affected Dak Prescott and the offense as a whole. Missing Amari Cooper. What percentage of that is a factor, and how much do they miss him?
Percentage, dang, that's a great interception. I think that I think it affects us enormously. I don't have a percentage, but I think what a lot of people didn't realize last year was, CeeDee Lamb led our team in receiving and all that good shit. But that had a lot to do with the fact that everybody was double teaming Amari Cooper. Because
so he's playing X slot, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because truth be told, Amari Cooper is one of the best route runners in the fucking league, even right now today. But a lot of people underestimate that, and all they see, oh man, I heard CeeDee Lamb, he ready. I don't know that CeeDee Lamb's ready. CeeDee Lamb he's pretty speedy. He's good when he got the ball in his hands, but his route running is not great.
That's a big responsibility as the number one receiver, though, man. People underestimate that, man.
Exactly, and that's exactly my point. Motherfuckers say, "Oh, Amari Cooper show up sometimes he don't." Well, he can't beat the double and triple team all the time, nigga. Like it's just not possible. You know what I'm saying? So I think that affected our entire offense, bro, and that's why we was number one offense in the league last year. But now we're not good on offense because that had a lot to do with everything. Coop opened up everybody, bro.
Because you roll your coverages to a guy like that because of his ability to get open. I don't necessarily think you roll coverage towards CeeDee Lamb. I think you take your chances one-on-one, and if he starts to beat you, then you make an adjustment. But I don't think consistently he's been beating defenses enough for them to label him as a focal point. Or
and even if you roll your coverage toward him, we have no receiver that can take advantage of the other one-on-ones. Whereas every now and then last year, CeeDee could potentially take advantage of a one-on-one here and there, or Dalton Schultz, a one-on-one here and there. But we don't have that guy. So if they double CeeDee, that's it. That's all we got. One trick pony, bro. That's it. So it's huge, man. It's really, really huge. How much
and with our predictions, y'all need that game to keep pace because you don't want to fall 2 games behind because now you're hoping on somebody else to beat them instead of just keeping it in your own hands. So you need that game. Yep. The game I got being that key game to me, man, is that New York Seattle game, as I alluded to earlier. Mm-hmm. I think that's a game that both those teams need for the same reason that the Cowboys need that game. The Giants need that game. Now, I think Seattle needs this game too to establish some dominance in that particular division. This is the perfect chance for them. So I think they come out and I think they catch New York. If they play a good brand of football, I think they're going to play that type of brand of football that the Giants can't overcome. They can't sort of slobber knocker their way through this game. Right. I don't think Seattle beats themselves in this game. I think Seattle plays some good football and they're able to overcome the grasp of the Giants, man, and they win that one running away. The other game, like I said, man, is I think we might see a legend go down today, man. I can't stress this enough. I think Aaron Rodgers goes down this game. It may not be physically, but I think he takes a hit in terms of, all right, man, maybe we might want to turn the page, man, and look at Jordan Love. They may not do it. I don't think they got the balls to do it, but he's going to take a mollywop in a day, man. I think that's going to be a big statement game for Buffalo. Big statement game. Breakout performer. Well, not breakout, man. Who you think has a monster? I think Josh Allen's going to throw for 4 or 5 touchdowns a day. That's who I think is going to have a monster game. Who you think having a monster game today, Fresh?
I think King Henry goes for at least $150. It's nobody around. It's all on you today.
B-Man, who you got? Monster game today.
Saquon in a loss.
Saquon in a loss?
Yep.
All right, man. So there you have it, man. You got the fire nice picks in, man. Got a robust schedule of football today, man. Everybody enjoy, man. Be hearty. Eat up on all your football, man.
That part. Got my oldest boy in the house today.
Okay.
Home from Arizona for a hot second.
What up, Jammer?
Young Jammerington. You did.
That's what's up.
I can dig it, man. Well, listen, man. This is the Fire Nice crew, man. Closing thoughts, fellas, man.
Man, I got a couple picks to get in, man. You know, so
Anyway, go Cowboys.
It's all football up until I see my picks lose. So let me get to that.
I just want to be able to watch Sports Center for another week, man.
That part. I just want to see some
I just want to be able to watch Sports Center for another week, man. It's been nice being able to watch Sports Center the last couple of weeks. You know what I mean?
At all. And I also wouldn't mind one of my tickets hitting. That'd be nice too. Just saying.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Just
There
saying.
you go. So with that being said, man, Chloe, we out, man. This is another fire, nice NFL Sunday pregame showdown, man. Love y'all, man. We out.
Go.
Hey,
We live in the Fire and Ice podcast, man, and it's certain moments that you have when you do these things, and I think it's more the moment.
These guys came from Woodland, Delaware.
Where was you from?
Now,
from the
who's
east
fighting
side.
right now? Who's fighting right now? Who's fighting right
side.
now? Who's Let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see him.
Listen, man, it's your boy D-Mac, man. Fire Night